billionaire Elon Musk has apparently been backing a pro-Trump super PAC, putting out conflicting ads on the issue of Gaza. Now, the latest FEC filings revealed that Musk has been helping to bankroll a super PAC that is putting out ads both claiming that Vice President Kamala Harris is too pro-Israel for Arab Americans and too pro-Palestinian for Jewish Americans, according to the Huffington Post. Now, the super PAC, the Future Coalition PAC, got some scrutiny after putting out an ad that many people thought was anti-Semitic. The ad begins with a narrator dubbing Kamala and Doug, America's pro-Israel power couple, okay, and then praised Harris for fighting to, quote, kill the radical terrorists in Gaza. It ends with the narrator noting that Harris, quote, leans on Jewish husband Doug Emhoff to advise on high-level pro-Israel policies. Okay, so on the flip side, you had the same PAC putting out this ad to Jewish voters in Pennsylvania. Quote, in Jewish communities throughout America, questions are being asked. Why did Kamala Harris support denying Israel the weapons needed to defeat the Hamas terrorists who got massacred thousands? And the ad asks, and why did Harris show sympathy for college professors who were, or protesters, who were rabidly anti-Semitic? Well then, those seem to be pretty conflicting ads. Very strange. Like, see, you're too pro-Palestinian. Look, Jewish people. Oh, look, Arab Americans in, for example, Michigan, a very important swing state. Look how anti-Palestinian and anti-Arab Kamala Harris is. Well, you couldn't possibly support her there. And both of those ads are backed by money from Elon Musk. And the same PAC. Insane. Now, the New York Times first traced the funding of the Future Coalition PAC to Musk by uncovering that he is a donor to the nonprofit that funds the political operation called Building America's Future. HuffPost, which dubbed the Future Coalition PAC the most cynical political operation in 2024, reported this on the Money Trail. Quote, the New York Times, which broke the news of the Building America's Future role before the FEC filing, became public on Tuesday and confirmed Musk's role in the organization. Also reported that Building America's Future had raised about $100 million over the past 4 years and has roughly only a dozen corporate or individual donors. Building America's Future also offers people $5 million awards for evidence of illegal voting, voter fraud, and other election-related abuses. Well, there you go. Elon Musk caught red-handed trying to play both sides of this issue in the most nakedly political way possible. Wow. This man has no core beliefs, okay? Just doing whatever he can to pump out misinformation and trick people into voting for Trump. That's really it. Now, by the way, like on the issue of Gaza, Trump would probably allow Israel to do a genocide of the Palestinian people. That's not to say that Biden's handling or the way that Harris would handle it would be great either. I'm just saying that right now, Biden's support of Netanyahu is really bad. But on this issue, I cannot help but feel that Trump would be worse. Now, what could be worse than what we're seeing right now? People getting burned up in hospitals. I believe that it could get worse. I do. Look, here's the thing. What Trump did during his administration is he kind of led up to this, all right, by empowering Israel to continue to grab more land. He also put the U.S. Embassy to Israel in Jerusalem, declaring it the capital. Even though it's incredibly important to the three major Abrahamic religions and had inflamed tensions with the Arab world even further. It's not a good idea to do that if you want everybody to get along. Trump administration also gave the Israeli government carte blanche to not only expand existing settlements, but to grant even isolated encampments anywhere in the West Bank legitimacy and sovereignty. Hamas does not exist in the West Bank. And yet, here you had the Israeli military going into the West Bank and just driving and bulldozing old Palestinian settlements in that area. How does that have to, how does that relate to Hamas? It didn't. It didn't. So that's one of the things that Trump allowed to happen, and unfortunately, Biden allowed to continue, okay, along with Biden sending weapons and arms to Israel as well. Nonetheless, Trump, I believe, is part of what led to October 7th in the first place, because these things don't happen for no reason. And I'm not justifying it, right? It's a horrific act of violence and death. I don't justify it or condone it at all. There's no justification for that kind of violence, but what I'm saying is that there is an explanation here as to why things have unfolded the way they have. And you could take this all the way back to 1947, okay? Things like this don't happen in a vacuum. Every little injustice suffered by either side builds upon itself and creates further injustices. That's why there needs to be a real peace movement, right? Because what's going on now is not working. Now, look, Biden's finally talking about an arms embargo. I think it's a little late. But again, better late than never, I suppose. I mean, what do you say? I mean, is it, oh, it's too late, it's too late. Yes and no, right? It's way too late for the innocent Palestinians that have been killed by the Israeli strikes. Absolutely. People that have starved to death. Absolutely. At the same time, would you then allow the death and destruction to continue, or at least have some sort of timetable to end the thing? Now, I would want to end it today. I'd be, you know me. I'd be like, arms embargo. Stop what you're doing right now. Arms embargo today. But I'm not Joe Biden, okay? I'm not Joe Biden. And so at the end of the day, at least there is that threat out there now of, hey, arms embargo, you got 30 days, wrap it up, and let's start working towards peace. That said, the big criticisms that I have with Biden on this and seeing Harris not exactly break with Biden on this issue, it is depressing. That said, getting back to Elon Musk here and seeing him play both sides, I mean, it tells you that his opinion on it doesn't take into account human life. This guy, I care about humanity and I care about, helping humans and I'm a humanist, right? And I'm just trying to help the human race, right? Well, it doesn't seem like that's what you're doing, okay? No, what it tells you is that he's making these decisions essentially based on politics. What political side he would like to see win. And if he has to lie to people, put out, and support groups that do misinformation, put out misleading ads, and by the way, use his own platform to put out and pump out misinformation, well, then he's going to do it. All to help Donald Trump win by hook or by crook. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.